everyone, welcome to Hedgehog Colors. Today I'm super excited because we're hopping with Ultra New for their December release, and we have some gorgeous new inks to share with you. We have the Full Harvest set, we have the Sugar Plum set, and we have the Tranquility set. And I'm going to show you how to make two quick and easy cards using these new ink blends. Well, I'm actually using the Sugar Plums and the Tranquility for today's, and it's super simple. No stamps needed. I'm just going to be using ink pads, stencil, and one of their new die cuts. So I can't wait to see what your interpretations of these cards will be. Be sure to share them, tag them, tag Hedgehog Color, and of course tag Ultra New in those posts. And I also have, I'm part of the blog hop, so you can check out the blog link below. We're giving away an Ultra New gift card. We've got lots of inspiration for you, so be sure to check all of that out below. Just taking my wrappers off here. So we have 4 new shades, so I always put them in order when I'm going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I take my lids off. And the Ultra New pads have these little grips on the side. They also have it that the lid fits on the bottom like this, and then you can use it as a handle if you want to. So there's a top tip if you didn't already know that. It also stops you getting your lid separated from your bottom. So there's a top tip there. So let's use this. I'm going to be using some of my makeup blending brushes here. I have their new Diamond Snowflake stencil, which is super, super pretty. And we're going to open this one up. And I'm going to cut myself 2 card fronts to use from white cardstock. So I'm cutting these down to 5 inches. Nope. 5 inches this way, because this is 2 card fronts here. So this is just a regular card front that I'm going to trim down. So 5 inches by 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and that's trimmed down. I also have my black pieces here. I'm going to make sure these are the right size before I go. So I want these 4 inches by 5 1/4. So everything is just a 1/4 inch difference in size. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so all my cutting is done as well. So you can see how easy this is coming together. So we're going to take our piece here first of all, and I'm going to take some of my mermaid tape here, and I like to stick my cardstock to the stencil if I'm not using pixie spray. Pixie spray is another great option. I'm going to do this. I'll stick this on. The reason being, now I'm free to move this around as I want to, so it really makes things nice and easy. And I'm going to start with my lightest shade. I'm going to load up some ink on here, and then we're going to start at the bottom. I'm doing around about 1 inch or so. Now, when I'm doing one of these ombre effects, I often will then go to my darkest shade, and I'll go in at the top, like so. Then I'm going to go into one of my next shades. You can go in either direction. And I just like to know, because then it gives me a better idea of how much room I have. Like so. And you'll notice I go a little bit into the previous shade as well. And now, this is actually my second shade in theory. And I'm just making sure I have good coverage, but that I'm blending between the two as well. So I kind of do like this wavy edge, so I catch a little bit of the colour below. And I'm going to peel this off. Look at that beautiful ombre that you've got on there. So you can have light at the bottom, dark at the top, or you could have it this way round. I kind of like it like that because it looks like it's almost falling off the picture. And then I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to do it with one of the other colour combos. So again, I'm going to take this, I'm going to reuse the same tape. And because the shades are very similar, obviously there's blue in purple, I'm not going to worry about cleaning my stencil in between. I do have a different set of brushes to use though. And one thing you want to just, I mean, you can do it that you have one for blue and you start light and you just keep going up. Or the reason I really like makeup brushes in particular is that they're so easy to wash out, and then you can have one for each of your shades while you're working. So I really like doing that way, but again, you can work in whichever way works for you best. So I'm just going to cut these apart. Exactly the same techniques. You can watch again how I do my lights and my darks. So that way, this one's pretty light. And these are water-based dye inks, if you're looking to do. So you can do water techniques and those kinds of things with them as well. And again, I'm going to start off with my lightest. And I'm going to go in at the same end I did my lightest last time. So I'm going to go at this end. And the other thing is it's going to pull in a little bit of that blue and give us a different hue in here too. So we're going to go to mid shade, actually our dark shade at the top. And you could clean this in between, but sometimes if you use a complementary colour, pulling that colour into your project will give you a really nice effect. So this one's going to give us a more kind of smoky effect with the kind of amethyst tones that we're using. So I'm just going to leave that there. And then work my way down again. Make sure I've got a nice amount of ink. Fading in again. You can see I'm just pulling those colours together. And then I'm going to go with my last shade here. Again, just overlapping a little bit and pulling the colours through. And again, I'm going to pull this one off so you can see there. Look at those gorgeous colour tones. They kind of look 3D by doing that, particularly by adding that little bit of blue in there. You'll notice that some of my edges are a bit darker than the centres, and so it makes them look really faceted and 3D. So you can try out those kinds of techniques at home as well. I'm going to stick these on to that piece of black cardstock that we already used, just with some double-sided tape. Again, just center it up 3 sides. The 4th kind of takes care of itself. And we'll do the same on the other one. So this is a great technique for bulk card making, but also not all your cards are going to look the same. You could do a few in the blue, a few in the purple. You could now move to a really nice pink. That would work well too. So you could try out a couple of different combos and see what you love. And of course this could just look like a star stencil too. You could try, you know, different things out. So I'm going to move this out of the way just because it's got some ink on it. And we're going to grab our card fronts. Again, I'm going to just fold these up, press down with my bone folder, same here. And then when I'm mounting, I actually mount with them open. So again, double-sided tape. This is the Altenew one. These are refillable. You can use whatever your favorite tape is. I use all sorts of different ones. And I'm going to have dark at the top. This way. And of course you could do your ombre in this direction too. You could go whichever way you wanted to. And I did get a little bit of a smudge of ink on my blue one, which we can cover with our die cut, or we could cover with some enamel dots. So don't throw those cards in the bin. You can absolutely use them for something else or cover them up with something, and you won't see that by the time we're finished. So I'm going to finish these off with these really pretty winter die cuts that I've pre-made here. So you can see there's a black base like this, and then you put your silver or whatever color you want on top, and here is my IN. And I love this because you could use the silver piece on its own, or you can use it as the two pieces together like this. And I want to show you a top tip for gluing things like this down because they can be a little bit tricky. So grab a piece of paper towel or scrap paper, whichever you prefer. Take the Nuvo Deluxe Precision or Nuvo Precision pen. Again, I'll link everything in the blog post and the description for you. And I just kind of dab it on. This one's a bit more delicate, so I'm not going to use it like a thick highlighter. And then I just take my piece like this. And then I'm going to layer it on, just like so. Same with my IN. And you notice I didn't press too hard because I didn't want to add any sticky marks. This will dry clear even though it goes on light blue. And I'm going to just put it in the right place. There is a little eye, but I'm not sure if I got that piece down here, so I'm not going to worry about my eye. And then when I go to press it, I'm going to just fold this in half and use a piece that doesn't have any glue on it and give it a really press down. And then you won't get any fingerprints or anything like that on it. I'm just going to go to a cleaner piece here. And now use it more like a highlighter. And work out which way I want my card. So I'm telling you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine on the angle like this because it will cover up all of my smudges. And then I can add like winter is my favorite, winter, you know, whatever you want to call it. You could even do it kind of this way up, probably like this will be the way that I'll do this. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. So it's going to go back over here. So I'll find a second sentiment to add to my other one because we were just covering up boo-boos. But the thing is I could cut out when we go wrong, or I can leave it in and show you how to rescue it. And lots of you seem to like the idea of me leaving it in and showing you how to rescue those cards because we all make mistakes. We all get smudges we weren't expecting or, you know, something like that. And then again, add that on, fold this over. Give it a nice firm press down, and then I'm going to turn this over to a cleaner piece and cover it in the same glue all over. And then I'm going to add this across my card like that. So this one I'm going to go more in the center, find a cleaner area and press. And that's it. I mean, look how simple they are and how pretty. As I say, this one will be really simple to fix once I've got my extra little sentiment on there. I obviously wasn't expecting that, so I need to grab one out of my craft room. But there is 2 quick and easy ways to use those new layering colours from Altenew. Check out the blog hop. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, all those fun things. And go on over to enter the giveaway. I'll see you again soon. Happy crafting. Bye.